Not arrive here by accident, nor was it the algorithm that guided your hand. In the vast, intricate web of reality, there are no coincidences, only appointments kept by the Spirit. You are here because a deep, resonant chord has been struck within your own being. It is the Father within, your own wonderful human imagination, signaling that it is time to awaken from the long slumber of the senses. You have felt a pressure recently, haven't you? A certain heaviness in the atmosphere of your life. Do not mistake this for anxiety or impending doom. That sensation is the breaking of the shell. It is the expansion of your consciousness pressing against the old limitations you have outgrown. For years, you may have walked as the underdog, the one who gave endlessly only to receive silence in return. You have likely felt like the black sheep, even among your own kin, misunderstood, because your vision extended beyond the mundane facts of the day. But I tell you now, that season of isolation was not a punishment, it was a preparation. You were being set apart, not to suffer, but to learn reliance on the only true cause of life, your own I am. The world of Caesar, the world of shadows, could not comfort you because you were destined to transcend it. Now, the cycle turns. The suffering was the furnace, but you are the gold emerging from the fire. God, your own imagination, is not merely healing the scars of the past. He is entrusting you with a weapon of spirit so potent, so unprecedented, that the world of shadows must bow before it. Before we explore how to wield this power, I must offer you a map for this specific terrain. If you feel that this message is speaking directly to your current state, and you are ready to stabilize this awakening, there is a resource designed to guide you through this transition. It is called The 3 Keys to a Prosperous Life. This is not just a book, it is a trilogy available to read or listen to, created to help the chosen ones understand who they really are, heal the invisible blocks that sabotage success, and learn to expand with stability. It is about learning to receive, sustain, and multiply your good without the heavy burden of guilt. If you are ready to walk this path, you can find the link in the pinned comment or description below. This is a limited opportunity to gather the tools you need for the journey ahead. Now let us return to this unprecedented power. What is it? It is not a magic wand found in the external world, nor is it a favor granted by a distant deity on a throne. The power the world has never seen is the fully awakened, disciplined use of your own imagination. You see, the world is accustomed to fighting with physical weapons, with arguments, with force. But you are being given the sword of the Spirit, which is the power to revise reality. You're being called to stop reacting to the world and start creating it. When you were the black sheep, you were simply an awakened imagination surrounded by sleepers. They could not understand you because you were speaking the language of the future, while they were trapped in the dead language of the past. Consider the archetype of Archangel Michael. In the scriptures, he is the great warrior who casts down the dragon. But do not look for a winged being in the clouds. This is an internal drama. Michael represents your capacity for disciplined attention. The dragon is the chaotic mass of your past memories, your fears, and the evidence of your senses that tells you it is impossible. The power you are receiving is the ability to stand in the midst of the dragon's roar, the lack of money, the diagnosis, the loneliness, and deny its final authority. You wield the sword of Michael when you dare to assume, I am that which I desire to be, despite all evidence to the contrary. This is why you have felt such resistance. The old man, the former self, does not want to die. It fights for survival through doubt and fear. But if you are hearing my voice, it is because the new man, the Christ within you, is ready to be born. If you have felt this internal battle, this wrestling in the night, press the like button on this video. Let it be a physical signal of your mental commitment to stand firm in this new state. By engaging, you are telling yourself, I am listening, I am ready. The world has never seen this power because the world lives by reaction. You are being called to live by action, inner action. God is rewarding you, not for your suffering, but for your faithfulness to the vision. The reward is the realization that you are the operant power. When you stop looking for signs on the outside and start living in the end on the inside, the outer world has no choice but to reshape itself. It is a law as immutable as gravity. Your world is faithful to your state, not to your wishes. You have wished for change, but now you must be the change. How do you accept this reward? You must learn the art of the Sabbath. This is not a day of the week. It is a state of mental rest. It is the deep, unshakable conviction that the work is done. When you imagine yourself as the person you want to be, secure, loved, abundant, and you feel the reality of that state so intensely that you no longer crave it, you have entered the Sabbath. You are no longer trying to make it happen. You are resting in the knowledge that it has happened. This is the power the world cannot comprehend, the power to be still and know that I am is God. Many of you have spent years fighting spiritual warfare, believing you were battling demons or external curses. I invite you to look closer. The only enemy is the assumption you keep entertaining. The devil is simply the word lived, spelled backward. It is life lived against the grain of your own divinity, life lived in reaction to the shadows. The unprecedented power you are being given is the power to stop fighting shadows and to change the light that casts them. You change the light by changing your concept of yourself. Tonight, I want you to test this power. Do not take my word for it. You are the scientist of your own life. As you go to bed, do not recount the grievances of the day. Do not replay the scenes where you were the victim or the outcast. Instead, rewrite the script. This is the power of revision. Go through the events of the day, and where there was conflict, imagine peace. Where there was lack, imagine abundance. Replay the scene in your mind until it feels natural, until it feels as though it actually happened that way. By doing this, you are altering the past and preparing the future. You are pruning the vine of your imagination so that it bears only the grapes of joy, not the thorns of regret. If you find that your mind wanders, if the dragon of distraction tries to pull you away, do not be discouraged. Simply bring your attention back, gently but firmly, to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This discipline is the sword of Michael. Every time you return your focus to your ideal, you are winning the war in heaven. And remember, heaven is within you. If you are committed to testing this tonight, comment below with the phrase, I am the power. Let this be your declaration of independence from the tyranny of facts. As you walk in this new authority, you will notice that the world begins to treat you differently. The people who once ignored you will be drawn to you, not because you demanded their attention, but because your inner state has shifted from beggar to king. You radiate what you are. The unprecedented power is simply the radiation of a mind that has found its home in God. You are no longer the black sheep, you are the shepherd of your own thoughts. This transformation requires persistence. It is not a one-time event, but a lifestyle. You must learn to live in the end, to walk in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even when your senses deny it. This is what it means to walk by faith and not by sight. Faith is not blind hope. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. It is the courage to say, "Thank you, Father," before the gift has arrived in the physical world, knowing that in the realm of imagination, it is already yours. But there is a deeper layer to this power, one that touches upon the very mystery of time itself. When you assume a state, you are not waiting for it to happen in the future. You are selecting a reality that already exists in the eternal now. All things exist in the human imagination. The version of you that is respected, wealthy, and at peace is not a distant dream. It is a garment waiting for you to wear it. The only thing separating you from that version is your willingness to let go of the old self. As you embrace this, do not be surprised if there is a sudden shifting in your physical circumstances. Bridges of incidents will appear, strange coincidences, chance meetings, unexpected offers. These are not random. They are the automatic unfolding of your new state. Do not force them. Do not try to manipulate the outside world. Your only work is to maintain the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The world will move to accommodate you. And if you feel the urge to share this knowledge to help others who are still trapped in the illusion of being the underdog, consider sharing this video. Not to preach, but to offer a key to those who are ready to unlock their own chains. We are all one being, one imagination pushing out into the world. When you lift yourself up, you lift the world with you. The power is in your hands, or rather, in your mind. The season of the victim is over. The season of the creator has begun. Stand tall in your own consciousness. Feel the reality of your desire. Sleep in that conviction and watch with wonder as the shadows flee before the light of your own I am. But remember, this power demands vigilance, for the garden of the mind must be tended daily, lest the weeds of doubt return. For just as a garden left untended will naturally produce weeds, a mind left without direction will naturally produce fear, anxiety, and limitation. You do not need to plant weed seeds. They grow because the ground is neglected. In the same way, you do not need to consciously plant failure. It arises when you cease to plant success. The vigilance I speak of is not a stressful, hyper-alert anxiety where you are constantly watching for danger. That is the old way of the warrior who believes his enemies are outside of him. The vigilance of the chosen one is a quiet observation, a gentle steering of the ship. It is noticing when your inner conversation has drifted into arguments, complaints, or replays of past hurts, and simply, firmly, bringing it back to the premise of your wish fulfilled. It is here, in this daily practice of steering the mind, that many of you find the greatest challenge. You know you are called for something greater. You feel the stirring of the spirit within, but the patterns of the past seem heavy. You may feel like you're taking one step forward and two steps back, struggling to maintain that feeling of the wish fulfilled when the bills are due or when relationships are strained. You need a map, not just a theory, but a practical way to stabilize this new consciousness so that you can receive, sustain, and multiply your good without the crushing weight of guilt or the fear of losing it. This is why I strongly encourage you to explore the 3 keys to a prosperous life. This trilogy is not merely a collection of books. It is a structured guide designed specifically for those who feel this awakening but struggle to ground it in their daily reality. Whether you choose to read the ebooks or listen to the audiobooks, these keys provide the method to heal those invisible blocks that keep you in cycles of lack. It is about learning to accept your inheritance as a creator, understanding that prosperity is your natural state and walking in it with stability. If you are ready to stop fighting the current and start directing the river, look for the link in the pinned comment or description below. This is your invitation to move from knowing the law to living it. And as you return to this work of tending your mind, you must understand the tool that is most vital in your arsenal, the pruning shears of revision. I have shared this before, but it bears repeating because it is the secret that cleanses the past. As you walk through your day, you will inevitably encounter events that do not align with your ideal. Perhaps a harsh word was spoken, a business deal fell through, or you received a disappointing medical report. The natural man, the unawakened state, accepts these facts as final. He goes home, recounts the bad news to his family, and sleeps with the heavy feeling of defeat. By doing so, he plants the seeds of that defeat deeper into the subconscious, ensuring that tomorrow will bring more of the same. But you, who are awakening to your identity, you do not accept the facts of the day as final. At the end of the day, before you enter the silence of sleep, you must review the events. You look at them not to judge yourself, but to change them. In your imagination, you rewrite the scene. Where there was an argument, hear laughter and agreement. Where there was a rejection, hear an acceptance. You replay this revised scene over and over in your mind until it takes on the tones of reality, until you feel the relief of it. By doing this, you are literally changing the chemical makeup of your future. You are altering the cause. The outer world is only an effect, a delayed reflection. By revising the past, you change the reflection before it has a chance to harden into a permanent condition. This is how you redeem the time. You do not have to be a victim of your history. You can change your history today by changing your memory of it in the present moment. This is the forgiveness of sin in its truest sense. Sin is missing the mark, and forgiveness is correcting your aim so that you hit the bullseye. Consider the Archangel Gabriel. In the scriptures, Gabriel is the messenger who brings good news, the one who announces the birth of the Savior. Psychologically, Gabriel represents your own desire, your own higher ideal, coming to your awareness and announcing, "Behold, you shall conceive and bear a son." This son is the manifestation of your dream. But how does Mary respond? She asks, "How can this be, seeing I know not a man?" This is the rational mind questioning the possibility. How can I be wealthy when I have no job? How can I be healed when the doctors say it is incurable? The answer given to her is the answer given to you. The Holy Spirit shall come upon thee, and the power of the Highest shall overshadow thee. The Holy Spirit is your own imagination. The power of the Highest is your focused attention. You do not need a man. You do not need external help, connections, or physical means to start the process. You only need the overshadowing power of your own consciousness. You must conceive the idea within yourself. You must become pregnant with your desire. And just like a physical pregnancy, there is a gestation period. You do not conceive a child and expect to hold it in your arms 5 minutes later. There is a time of hidden growth. During this time, you may not see any evidence on the outside. You may look exactly the same to the world, but you know you are carrying a new life. You walk differently, you eat differently, you feed your mind differently, you protect the seed. This is the secret of the chosen ones. You are those who are willing to carry the seed of your desire through the darkness of gestation, trusting that in the appointed hour it must be born. If you are beginning to understand that your desires are actually promises from God waiting to be born through you, take a moment to like this video. It is a small signal to the algorithm, but a large signal to your own subconscious that you accept this truth. Now let us speak of the dragon that waits to devour the child as soon as it is born. This is a powerful symbol from Revelation. The dragon represents the collective doubt of the world, the sensory evidence, and the criticism of others. As soon as you give birth to a new idea or a new self-concept, the world will often rise up to challenge it. Who do you think you are? That's impossible. Be realistic. This is the dragon standing before the woman, waiting to eat the child. Your defense is not to fight the dragon with sticks and stones, that is, with arguments and logic. You cannot argue your way into a new reality. The scripture says the woman was given wings of a great eagle to fly into the wilderness, into her place. This means you must lift your consciousness above the level of the senses. You retreat into the wilderness, the silence of your own mind, where you are nourished by your faith, away from the face of the serpent. You ignore the evidence of the senses. You turn your back on the doubters. You nurture your ideal in the safety of your own conviction until it is strong enough to rule the nations with a rod of iron. The rod of iron is your unbending will, your unshakable assumption. It is not stubbornness. It is stability. It is the state of knowing, I am that I am. But when you reach the point where you no longer need validation from the outside world to know you are successful, then you are truly successful, and the world will have no choice but to reflect that. But remember, the world is a faithful servant. It is not your enemy. It is a mirror. If you stand before a mirror and see a frown on your face, you do not try to force the reflection to smile while you continue to frown. That would be madness. Yet that is what men do when they try to change their circumstances without changing their state of consciousness. They struggle with the reflection. They fight the shadows. You must change your face. You must smile, and the mirror will have no choice but to smile back. This brings us to the mystery of the Sabbath. In the creative process, the Sabbath is not a Sunday to go to church. The Sabbath is the mental state of rest that follows the act of creation. After you have successfully imagined your wish fulfilled, after you have felt the reality of it, you enter a state of relief. You feel that it is done. You are not anxious about how or when it will happen because you know it already exists. If you are still worried, if you are still asking how, then you have not yet entered the Sabbath. You are still working. And while you are working, the seed cannot take root. A seed must be left alone in the earth to die and be reborn. If you keep digging it up to see if it is growing, you kill it. The Sabbath is the discipline of leaving the seed alone. It is the peace that passes all understanding. Why does it pass understanding? Because the reasoning mind cannot understand how you can be calm when the rent is due. The reasoning mind cannot understand how you can feel healed when the pain is still there. But you are not operating by the reasoning mind. You are operating by the mind of God. There is a question that often arises. Neville, how do I know if I have done it correctly? How do I know if I have truly planted the seed? The answer is in your reaction to the world. When you have truly accepted a state, you no longer desire it in the same way. You cannot desire what you already have. If I hand you a set of keys to a new car, you no longer sit there hoping for the keys. You might be excited to drive, you might be planning your first trip, but the desperate longing, the feeling of lack, is gone. So if you still feel a desperate, aching hunger for your desire, it is a sign that you are still thinking of it, not from it. You are still looking at the destination on a map rather than walking the streets of the city. To think from the end is to view the world as though your desire were already a fact. You look at your bank account and, regardless of the number you see with your physical eyes, you feel the security and gratitude of the wealth you have appropriated in your imagination. You look at your friend and instead of seeing their struggle, you see them radiant and happy, and you speak to them mentally from that premise. This is the sword of Michael in action. It is the ability to cut away the sensory evidence and hold fast to the invisible reality. It is a battle, yes, but it is a battle of attention, not of muscle, and the victory is sweet. The victory is the realization that you are not a cork bobbing on the ocean of fate. You are the ocean. You are the tide. You are the depth and the surface. Let us speak for a moment about the bridge of incidents. This is a concept that confuses many. They think that once they imagine, the result should appear instantly, like magic dust. While instant manifestations can happen, usually there is a natural bridge of events that links your current state to your desired state. If you imagine yourself in a new career, you might suddenly get fired from your current job. To the unawakened mind, this looks like a disaster. I imagined success, they cry, and now I have lost everything. Do not judge the bridge while you are walking on it. That firing might be the necessary shove to get you to apply for the position you truly desire. A chance meeting with a stranger might seem trivial, but it leads to a conversation, which leads to an opportunity. You do not create the bridge. The bridge is created by the intelligence of your subconscious, which knows the path of least resistance. Your only job is to remain faithful to the end. If you keep your eyes on the end, you will walk across the bridge, even if it seems shaky, and you will arrive safely. If you are willing to trust the bridge of incidents, even when it looks like a detour, comment below with, "I trust the unfolding." Let this be your signal to the universe that you are not judging by appearances. Now consider the concept of I am. You have heard me say that I am is the name of God. It is not just a philosophical statement. It is a practical formula. Whatever you attach to I am, you become. When you say, I am tired, I am broke, I am sick, you are not just describing a condition. You are commanding the universe to perpetuate that condition. You are signing a decree. The universe has no sense of humor and no judgment. It simply says, yes, you are. Most people are unaware of their I am statements. They walk around all day chanting a liturgy of limitation. I'm always late. I can never get ahead. Nobody loves me. These are prayers. They are negative prayers answered with precision. The chosen one must become a guardian of the I am. You must catch yourself. When you feel the urge to say, I am worried, stop, breathe, and silently replace it with, I am at peace. You do not have to shout it. A whisper in the heart is louder than a scream in the stadium. This practice requires what the ancients called fasting. But this is not a fasting from food. It is a fasting from negativity. It is a fasting from the news that depresses you, the gossip that lowers your vibration, the conversations that reinforce the victim mentality. Try this for 7 days. Go on a mental diet. Refuse to dwell on any thought that does not align with your ideal. If a negative thought comes, and it will, do not fight it. Do not get angry at yourself. Simply acknowledge it, like a fly at a picnic, and wave it away. Return your attention to the feast of your wish fulfilled. You will find that this mental diet is harder than any physical diet. The mind loves its drama. The old man loves to wallow in his misery. But you are putting off the old man and putting on the new man, which is created in righteousness and true holiness. Righteousness simply means right thinking. It is thinking that is aligned with the law of love and liberty. There is a profound mystery in the story of Jacob wrestling with the angel. He wrestles all night until the break of day. This is the struggle of the soul in the darkness of the senses. You wrestle with your problem. You wrestle with your doubt. But you must not let the angel go until he blesses you. What does this mean? It means you do not let go of the problem until you have extracted the blessing from it, until you have transformed it in your imagination. You do not run away from the challenge. You wrestle it into submission by revising it, by seeing the solution, until the break of day, until the light of understanding dawns, and you feel the relief. And when you do this, your name is changed from Jacob, the supplanter, to Israel, he who rules as God. You are no longer the one trying to steal the blessing. You are the one who commands it. This power is not reserved for the monks in the mountains or the mystics of old. It is your birthright. It is as close as your own heartbeat, but it demands that you wake up. It demands that you stop acting like a sleepwalker, reacting mechanically to everything that happens. You must become a conscious actor in the drama of life. Let us try a simple experiment tonight. It is an experiment in hearing. The sense of sound is one of the most powerful ways to impress the subconscious. I want you to think of a specific desire, something you truly want, not just something you think you should want. Now construct a short phrase that implies the fulfillment of that desire. Not a description of the desire, but a phrase that comes after the fulfillment. If you want a promotion, hear your partner or a friend saying, "I am so proud of you. You deserved this." If you want health, hear the doctor saying, "It's a miracle. The tests are completely clean." Keep it short. Keep it natural. Tonight, as you lie in bed in that state akin to sleep, when you are drowsy but still in control of your attention, loop this phrase over and over. Hear it in the voice of the person you trust. Feel the reality of it. Feel the handshake. Feel the embrace. Do not try to visualize every detail if you are not good at visualization. Just focus on the sound and the feeling of reality. Do this until you slip off into the deep of sleep. By doing this, you are sending a command to the depth of your being. You are impregnating the silence with the word. and the word shall not return unto you void, but it shall accomplish that which you please. If you are committed to trying this experiment tonight, share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth. By sharing, you are declaring that you are a teacher, a spreader of light, and what you give to others, you give to yourself. You see, the universe is one. There is no other. Everyone is yourself pushed out. When you judge another, you judge yourself. When you envy another, you affirm that you do not have what they have. But when you bless another, when you imagine good for another, you are actually blessing yourself. This is why the golden rule is not just a moral nicety, it is a law of physics. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, because in a very real sense, there are no others. There is only the one I am, playing all the parts. So look at the people in your life who annoy you or oppose you. Realize that they are only messengers. They are whispering to you about your own state of consciousness. If you change your state, they must change their behavior or fade from your world. You have the power to revise your relationship with anyone. You do not need their permission. You do not need them to agree to therapy. You can hold a conversation with them in your imagination where they are kind, loving, and respectful. If you persist in this, you will be amazed at how they shift in the physical world. They will not know why, but they will respond to the new tune you are playing. This brings us to the concept of investment. You are cons.